Hey guys, welcome back to the Snap Ring Chronicles. Today we have another ratchet video. It's kind of a blast from the past. This ratchet. Before we start, as always, could you give me a like, share, and subscribe if you find these videos interesting or helpful. Okay, today we have a Bonney ratchet from the early to mid 40s. This is the Bonney model T35. Has the forged in T35 and the forged Bonney lettering. It also has the letters KV forged into the handle. It's a knurled, very thin knurling, very small knurling. And this is a 3/8 drive ratchet. And it switches like this. And it's very coarse. Okay, this ratchet first came out for Bonney like in the mid to late 30s. And it continued production into the late 40s, maybe early 50s, I'm not sure. Okay, these, as you can see, has the letters oil there, I guess for oiling in this hole here. And it has a hole on the top also. And you can see the teeth. Okay, this is kind of a small ratchet too for a 3/8. It's about a little bit, about 6.5 inches. Just a little bit less than 6.5 inches. So it's kind of small. Another thing about this ratchet is that it didn't have screws. It was riveted together. So as to make opening this up pretty hard for most people, I guess. What I did, I took the rivets. Here are the rivets. There's what they look like. They're a little bent there from me, I guess, pounding them out. Well, what I did was I just took the round part of the rivet, flattened it out, put a dimple in it, like put a peg in it, and made a little hole, and then just drilled it out. And then when the head was drilled out, mostly I just pounded them out and they popped out. It wasn't that hard, but I just wanted you guys to get a look at what's inside of this. Okay. Here's the plate. It's a pretty thick plate. And when I got the rivets out, the plate was also jammed, was pretty well jammed into the edge there. So it took me a good amount of pounding to get this out, and even after I got it out, to put it back in was hard. Even when I cleaned it and did all that, it was still real hard to get back in, and I had to smooth it out a little bit, maybe a thousandth of an inch, so I could be able to get the plate back in there by hand. And still it's a little tight. You can see I'm putting pressure on it, and it's not going down all the way, which is good in a way, because I just pound it in a little bit and it stays stable. It stays put where I won't have to worry about it not having rivets or whatever. Now I gotta get it out. Okay. And I'll probably put rivets. I'll probably get something and something soft, and put something there to keep the plate on more secure. But here's a plate. It's a pretty thick plate. Like I said, it has the oil on it, I guess for this hole where you oil it. And here's the switch, or the pawl. The pawl has like a little protrusion there, and the switch is just a round switch with a little stick. What's surprising, I'm kind of shocked, is that this stick is straight still, because it sticks out pretty pronounced above the ratchet body here. I'm surprised this hasn't fallen over the years and been like pounded down to where it's bent down, but it looks pretty straight. And the pawl, and there's a ball underneath the pawl with a spring underneath here, and for obvious reasons I'm not gonna attempt to remove the switch from the pawl, because I already tempted fate with this ratchet by trying to get those rivets out, so I'm gonna leave that alone. And the pawl, as you can see, is kind of like the grandfather of the batwing pawl. It looks like a cat head pawl. Looks like two little ears there, and round at the bottom. And as you can see, it's only one tooth. And here's the gear. The gear has these massive teeth, and it's very coarse. There's only 20 teeth on this pawl. On this gear. And there's the ball detent. It looks a little bit off center. You can see there. And to get this back together, well, first let me show you what it looks like when it's ratcheting. This is the mechanism. Now this is ratcheting. It's only one tooth, but it's massive teeth on this gear, so I don't know, maybe one tooth is enough. Because these teeth are like humongous. Alright. That's how it looks. And you just take your plate and you put it in and you mash it down. I hammer it in a little bit. And if you have the rivets, I guess you just put your rivets through and you pin them in place, and that should be about it. So yeah, that's my review and teardown of the Bonney T35 from the early to mid 40s. Okay guys, take care.